Hello, welcome to the Askandan Network. My name is Andrew.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Today we have a call-in question from Samantha. Hello, Samantha.
Hello.
Okay.
My computer's really slow. I have some viruses. How do I get rid of it?
Okay, let's just get a little bit of information from you. What kind of computer do you have? Is it like a desktop? Is it a Mac? Is it a laptop? Laptop. Is it, who's it made by? Do you know?
Acer.
Acer. Is it a netbook? Or is it like a laptop? Is it like real small?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a netbook.
What operating system does it have?
Yeah. Windows 7.
Windows 7, okay. Okay, that's the easiest thing to fix. Okay. So, one program that I recommend you get is a program called CCleaner. It basically cleans out all the garbage files you have, things like temporary files, your internet history, garbage like that, stuff that a lot of viruses and spywares hide in. It's a free program you can get. I'll send you a link for that. And that actually can speed your computer up quite a bit. You'd be surprised at how much junk you get every time you log onto the internet.
Right.
Is that right, Daniel?
And not only on the internet, but programs you uninstall, they leave stuff there that you really don't.
If you kind of think of it like, those index things, for honestly, like business cards. It's like what you do is you take out the first card that says, hey, here's a program, but all the other cards that go along with that card are still on your computer. And so it's like you're getting rid of a piece. The part that says, hey, it's here, but the rest of it's still there. So it takes a valuable hard drive space at the same time. Well, this program will actually go and delete all that stuff for free, which I think is pretty cool. Daniel, is there any kind of program you'd recommend?
Yeah, the two antivirus softwares I recommend are AVG and Avast antivirus. Both of them are free, but really more recently, Avast has been quicker, less resource hogging, I guess is the term, than AVG. So that's what I'm using right now, is Avast.
That's cool. Alright, another quick and easy program you can get is a program called Super Anti-Spyware. That's also free. There's a paid version and a free version. Now I'm using the free version because it's amazing. If you run that, it'll go through and delete all kinds of programs that are sucking up your RAM. They slow your computer down insane. And the problem is they're taking information you're typing in and sending it back to some third party that you don't know about. So you might be losing your Facebook information to them, your YouTube account information, all that stuff. You could be, whatever you're doing, it could be sent out to the internet. And so that's actually a little scary if you think about it. That whatever you're doing could be going back to somebody. But this program, assuming you keep updating it, which is really easy to do, you just click update. And you run it, and it gets rid of a lot of stuff. If you run it on a computer that it hasn't run on before, it'll take a while, but it picks up 300 items, 300 rogue programs that are slowing your computer down. So that's probably the biggest program I'd recommend. And not necessarily a free choice, but I myself like Norton. It is I don't want to say it's an expensive program. It depends on what you get. Some of them are fairly up there, but some of them are pretty cheap. I've seen a couple copies for $20, so smaller versions. And if you're willing to pay for a program, I think that gets rid of all kinds of stuff. Protects my computer from everything.
Something to keep in mind though, when getting big name antivirus products, when somebody writes a virus, for whatever reason they do it for, they'll write it so it can avoid those big name products. So that's why I would recommend a smaller antivirus product that's still reputable and legitimate, but it won't be as big as Norton or McAfee. So the virus creators won't have workarounds for them.
That is true. That's actually why Macs and a lot of Linux operating systems don't get viruses because. I don't know what the numbers are, but I'm thinking it's 80% of people use PCs. So if someone's going to write a virus, I'm not sure about those numbers, but it's something like that. It's absurd numbers. But, people with Macs, Mac advertises it doesn't get viruses because no one writes viruses to kill Mac. because there's no reason to. If out of 100 people, one person has a Mac, there's no point in, going after that one person. Or, same thing with Linux, Probably the hacker is using Linux. They don't want to make a program that could kill their own. So,
But there are other security concerns associated with those operating systems, just not viruses, such as phishing, but that's a different story.
Yeah. So, how slow would your computer be? Is it, like, outrageously slow, or is it, just a little slow?
It lags, like, a lot.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm assuming it's kind of lagging a bit now. I'm assuming you're on the computer that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I would recommend you run CCleaner and Super Antivirus because they are extremely great programs. I use them all the time. Daniel, what is the antivirus you might want to recommend? It's the only one I have I paid for, so.
I recommend Avast. They do have some paid editions that offer additional services such as a firewall, but most routers and your operating system contain those. So, but what I'm not sure about is the specifications of your netbook, because generally netbooks have an Atom processor, which is a brand made by Intel, and those are less heat, less power, so longer battery life. But the downside of that is less speed. So maybe the operating system can't be run very well by that processor. If it came with 7, it probably should be, but maybe not to your expectations, perhaps as on a desktop.
The thing about that is netbooks, I like that point you brought up. Netbooks are kind of based where you strictly can, the idea of a netbook is, a cheap computer that's, it's small, you can take it around with you, it connects to Wi-Fi, so you can go to McDonald's and check your email, you can, browse the web. But you're not going to be doing folding, and I'm sure we're going to talk about that in a video coming up real quick here. But, it's not going to be running outrageous programs. And even video chatting's kind of, it can do it, but you're not going to get real high quality out of it.
And some CPU processing.
And your CPU is probably like 2 point something. As a lot of desktops now are like 3 point something.
Actually,
but from what I've seen anyway.
I think it'd be 1 point something odd.
Would it really? Like 1.8?
Yeah, 1.8 is
my CPU is 1.6.
Yeah. 1.6?
That's what I have on the E.
Okay, see, that would explain some of it. Like, I think my desktop has like a 2.8. I think the computer I'm on right now, I think it's a 2.8. And it's pretty quick, but 1.6 would definitely be a lot slower. That's about half the speed, or about a third of the speed. No, I'm bad at math apparently. It's less.
Yeah.
And your RAM is probably something like 512.
No, it's probably a gig or two.
Really?
Because
the last netbook I saw had 512. But Acer doesn't come with a whole lot of built-in stuff.
Yeah, probably a gig. Probably at most a gig. But because I have a netbook which is the Asus E, right, and a tablet made by Lenovo. It's an IdeaPad series. This is the tablet Lenovo.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the Asus E. This has 1 gigabyte of RAM. Which isn't that much for 7.
Well, I don't have a netbook because, I never saw the point in getting one.
Yeah.
Because, I had a good desktop, and I'm all for desktops. I like desktops. The only problem with desktops is you can't take them with you. So I got this compact a while back, so we can see it. And yes, that is an Apple sticker. The funny thing is it runs Linux. It's a PC computer with an Apple sticker that runs Linux because I can't make up my mind apparently. And it's a fairly nice laptop. I can't see it with me. Yeah, it's a fairly nice laptop. So if I need to take a computer with me, I've got one. And it's a couple years old. And I think it's got a 1.8 processor and a gig of RAM. No, 512 actually. And it does everything I need it to. Then again, it runs a very low, power hungry operating system.
Right.
So it doesn't, eat up all my RAM and stuff. So because of that, Sam or Samantha, I'm pretty sure that you're not going to want to put a new operating system on it. And, you can't change the hardware of it. But the thing you're going to have to realize, and I'm not trying to sound mean here, but netbooks really aren't meant to do a whole lot. That's kind of the purpose of them. They're for people that don't really do a whole lot with computers. Like, if all I had was a netbook, I would be crying because I do so much with computers. I have, 900 windows open and multiple monitors and stuff, and, I just do a lot with computer. And Daniel, I know you have like 19 monitors something hooked up to your computer, and you have like all kinds of stuff running.
There is a hardware change you can actually do.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure she's not going to do that. Just for like a simple, hold up, monitor's freaking out. All right, just for like a simple fix, I would recommend you go and download Super Anti-Spyware, run that, let it go through, and let it pick up the 300 viruses that are stealing all your personal information. Kill them all. It's a real simple, easy program. It tells you exactly how to run it. After you run that, I would recommend you go get CCleaner, run it. It'll go through and delete all your garbage files and all the kinds of places where viruses could hide. And then I would recommend getting one of the two free ones that Daniel was talking about. Is it AVG and what was the other one?
Avast antivirus. Yeah.
And then run one of them just to make sure you get the big stuff. And your computer should speed up quite a bit.
And since we're talking about speed, should we talk about a hardware change? The simplest and quickest, easiest hardware change to do inside a computer? Or should we save that for another episode?
Probably just another episode. I don't think... Sam looks bored out of her mind.
Okay.
Shut up. I don't want to hear you guys anymore. Okay. Well, did we answer your question, or did we give you a lot of pointless information?
No, you answered my question. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. We ramble on quite a bit, but the information is somewhere in that packet of information you just got.
Gotta pick it out.
Hopefully we covered it. Do you have any other questions? Any kind of clear up something a little better, or another question?
I'm clear.
Okay. Okay, well, this has been the End-to-End Network answering how to speed up your PC.
All right.
Goodbye, and semicolon.